The Nintendo Switch and the Valve Steam Deck have emerged as the top two handheld consoles, but which one should you buy? In order to determine which one is better for you, we need to compare them in a bunch of different categories, and with all these things in mind, hopefully you can pick a clear winner. The Switch was made by these people, and has a hold on the consumer market that can easily be shown by their monstrous 114 million units sold. To put that in perspective, that's only 4 million away from the Game Boy. The Steam Deck, on the other hand, is a much newer product, and in that time, they've already topped 1 million units sold. The cost is going to be a big factor in your decision. The Steam Deck's base price is $100 higher than the regular Switch and $50 more expensive than the OLED Switch. The Steam Deck can get even more expensive than that solely based on the size and the speed of the storage that you want. Meaning, you can buy 2 Switches and Animal Crossing for the price of the most expensive Steam Deck. But there's a very good reason for the drastic difference in price between the two. Although the Nintendo Switch and the Steam Deck both flaunt similar designs, they both have very different specs under the hood. The CPU and GPU power of the Nintendo Switch has remained the same amongst all models since its initial release way back in 2017, with very minor tweaking. Whereas the Steam Deck features brand new AMD chips with a Zen 2 CPU and RDNA 2 graphics, making the Steam Deck significantly stronger than the Nintendo Switch. This can easily be seen by these side-by-side comparisons, with the main difference being the additional 12GB of RAM on the Steam Deck. Moving away from the internals, we can take a look at their displays. Both the Steam Deck and the Switch have very similar screen sizes, with the Switch having slightly fewer vertical pixels. Where this comparison starts to go in the Switch's favor is the OLED screen on the Switch. Yes, we know there's multiple Switch models, but we're going to be focusing mostly on the OLED. The Steam Deck is a unit. Weighing more than 1.5 pounds, it's definitely less mobile than the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch's removable Joy-Cons allow for a better mobile experience on a tabletop or with the Joy-Con still attached. That's also without including the long battery life of the Switch. Despite its small stature, the Switch is capable of 4 to 8 hours of gameplay on a single charge, while the Steam Deck can only do a disappointing 2 to 4 hours. The extra power of the Steam Deck definitely comes at the price of battery life. The repairability of both the OLED Switch and the Steam Deck remain the same at a 7 via iFixit, but unlike Nintendo, Valve provides first-party replacement parts for pieces that frequently wear out. Although, depending on your level of dedication, the $70 for new Joy-Cons might be more your speed. But this was a nice thing to see from the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck supports virtually all Bluetooth and wired controllers, and with a little adapter for the Switch, you can find yourself even using an Xbox controller. There are countless native and third-party controllers made specifically for the Switch, although a traditional Joy-Con style remote will be needed for most motion controls. The docking station allows a handheld console to become more of a traditional console, like an Xbox or a PlayStation. The Steam Deck's dock is in almost every way better than the Switch's. It has faster USB ports, it supports multiple monitors that can achieve up to 4K at 60Hz and 1440p at 120Hz. Oh yeah, it also supports Gigabit Ethernet. With all this in mind though, the dock does not come with the handheld device, so you'll need to buy it separately. There are third-party docks available for each, with some offering different port options. The final part of the comparison comes with its gaming library and the amount of storage you'll need. The Steam Deck has access to more and more games, expanding even further than the traditional Steam library day by day. With the Steam Deck essentially being a mobile PC, the comparison seems rather unfair. This is where the amount of storage on the Steam Deck becomes a problem. Steam games are quite big, and with the base storage only being 64GB, you're gonna run out of storage very quickly. You obviously can get more storage, but that comes at a higher price. The Switch, on the other hand, has a much smaller game library. They do have their exclusives like Mario, Pokemon, and Zelda, and a few AAA games, but they will never be able to keep up with the variety the Steam Deck has to offer. The Switch's games are pretty small, so the amount of storage in the Switch doesn't become that important of a factor. And with affordable SD storage and the use of cartridges, it's rather inexpensive. If you were to take anything away from this comparison, it should be that both consoles are made for different types of gamers. If people want to be able to play AAA games on the go, the Switch probably isn't the best option. On the other hand, if you're more of a casual gamer or value family game night, the Switch is your clear winner.